Welcome to Raw Talk. As always, link down below in the description box if you want to read or if you want to watch some of the segments. Again, when it comes to The Rock and Cody, you get to see the entirety of the segment, even if you don't have cable. So that's a beautiful thing. Speaking of that segment, let's get into that. So first, Triple H came out. Everybody was thanking him for this new era because it's just been incredible. But in the end, it was Triple H that was thanking us fans. Triple H then brought out Cody, who chatted about being the champion, basking in that glory. Then The Rock came out in an awkward, cryptic, almost Bray Wyatt-like vibe at sometimes. Just the way he was talking, some of the lines. Like, I know it might sound weird because when I see The Rock, I don't think of Bray Wyatt. When I see Bray Wyatt, I don't think of anybody else but Bray Wyatt. Very unique, but I'm saying some of the lines, if you closed your eyes and you narrated it in the voice of Bray Wyatt. Anyways, that was just me, okay? That was just me. It was a great promo that could have been handled in about 7 or 8 minutes tops, not 20 minutes. I mean, it was the length of one of my videos or a South Park episode. I really didn't understand the part of "You Broke My Heart," and then he handed him something. Some people were saying it was the watch. Hold on a sec. I got my vegetable juice here. The watch has already been gifted to him by Triple H and Nick Khan. I believe Stephanie McMahon. I'm not too sure what he gave him, but he said champion or not. When I come back, because he's going away now for a while back to Hollywood, he wants to come back after Cody. He congratulated him. He said, your daddy's smiling down from heaven. He's proud and he should be. So he didn't knock him or say you got lucky, punk, or any of that. It was a good promo. But for a Rock promo, and The Rock has cut countless segments over the course of almost 30 years now. Has it been that long already? Yeah. We're getting there. This was probably the oddest one. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was definitely confusing, a little bit hard for me to follow. Moving on, otherwise it's going to take me 20 minutes to talk about the 20 minutes. We don't want to get into that. Shinsuke Nakamura got defeated by Ilya Dragunov. Russian guy, no idea who he is. I mean, I do now. He's the NXT champion, but as I said, I don't watch NXT. I don't have time for that. This was a great match. I really liked him. I was very, very impressed with what I saw. And when I found out, well, obviously, that he's the champion, I was like, yeah, I could see that. It was just really, really good. This moment, for me, was absolutely incredible. Because actually on TV for that split second, you didn't see the shot that wide, from what I remember. They were praising Damian Priest for winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And then R-Truth just snuck in and was like, hey man, check me out. And Awesome Truth and John Cena. John Cena came out. Because he was like, it's going to be a guy you can't see. Get it? Haha. So we thought it was like Little Jimmy. How did I not clue in it was going to be John Cena? I should have. I mean, looking back now, I should have seen it, literally. But I didn't. And it was just cool. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. So, good job there with the triple 5-knuckle shuffle and the triple attitude adjustment. Rhea was dunking on Dirty Dom backstage for putting his trust in Andrade. And then Liv Morgan attacked Rhea momentarily backstage. Don't forget that Rhea shelved Liv Morgan for nearly a year. I mean, it's scripted, but that's not the point. This whole Indy Hartwell... Oh, there it is. The triple attitude adjustment, if you want to see that. This was just bizarre. So, Roxanne Perez, again, the NXT champion. No idea who she is, but I do now. She defeated Indy Hartwell. It was just bizarre because Candice LeRae gets involved in the match. And again, and it's like, bitch, I told you, don't fuck around. But she still did. And it wasn't a tag team championship. Or it wasn't like a tag team. So why do they hang around each other? Clearly, she's going the heel path. I don't know if she's eventually just going to turn and just succumb to it and say, piss on it, whatever. But it was bizarre. And then because she got distracted, she picked up the win. I mean, it was a decent match. Like I said, there's a thing with Indy Hartwell that I find sometimes where she's a good competitor, but I find once in a blue moon, there's some hesitation on parts of her that I didn't really experience from Roxanne Perez. I felt like she was a bit more natural, if that's the proper word, if I really wanted to dissect this. It was just kind of funny because she came from NXT. She's from NXT, and I'm thinking they should switch roles. Maybe that's a bit harsh. I'm not saying she's not ready for the main roster. I'm not Triple H. What do I know? I'm just quickly sharing my first thoughts. And Perez, yeah, I even marked here, Perez seems to have more attitude than even Candice LeRae seems to have. And then backstage, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn ran into each other and congratulated one another on their victories at Mania. That was very nice. And then Perez and Natalya run into each other. Not sure if that means that they're going to have a match, but next week, I think they're going to end up seeing each other at NXT or something like that. And as I said before, Natalya's awesome. Her accolades speak for themselves. She's a great competitor, but when you see her in the ring, and I've said this about Chelsea Green too, don't let what you necessarily see in the ring. I'm not talking about the awkwardness and the hesitation. I'm just talking about the getting thrown around like a mid-card. It could be deceiving because you would be surprised how amazing Natalya can actually be. Like, she's a very, very good wrestler that was just, as I wrote here, overused as a stepping stone. Same as Cena. Cena has been demolished so many times that it's starting to become meaningless, the thing that they're trying to do. It's like, oh my God, Solo took out Cena. Oh my God, look what they did, took out Cena. It's like, yeah, you're overusing it now, overdoing it to the point where now it's losing its value because Cena hasn't won a one-on-one match in like several years, in like over half a decade. So it's losing the meaning of what they were originally trying to do. And I feel like they're kind of giving Natalya the John Cena treatment in that regards. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just sharing my thoughts here. Sami Zayn came out talking about ending the longest Intercontinental reign in history of 666 days. The number, the beast. Talks about being thankful. Then Imperium came out. Kaiser insults Sammy. They try to swarm him. Chad Gable comes out. They have a match. This was a fantastic tag team between the two of them. No Gunther. No Seth Rollins. No Roman Reigns. No Solo Sikoa. No... there was a lot of... And I know some of you are going, well, some of them are normally on SmackDown. Great. Thanks, Einstein. I'm just saying, Raw after Mania is a big, big deal. And there was some noticeable absent people there. So yeah, this was very nice. Like I said, I'm very happy with Sami Zayn winning the championship. It's not like I'm discouraged or bothered by it. At the moment, I felt Chad, sure. But whatever. It's really not a big deal. Jey Uso backstage promo on the Fatal 4-Way, talking about, it was a one-on-one with my brother Uso. Then they showed Ricochet just shadowboxing. They didn't even want to have him talking because got the charisma of a bag of marbles, right? If that dude could do half on the microphone what he does in the ring, sweet baby pineapple. Like, just wow. Unbelievable. Unreal. Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce were backstage with Ava. And by the way, yeah, I know now. And I kind of thought it was, but I wasn't sure. I was looking at Ava, the NXT GM, I believe. And I'm like, you smell what the Rock's cooking? I was like, is that her dad? Or is that his daughter? Yeah. Was Rock her dad? And I looked it up, and yeah, and it figures, because some features you could tell. That's pretty cool. That's his first daughter. She was born in like the early 2000s. And now she's the GM of NXT, so that's pretty cool. Speaking of which, Chelsea Green wanted a surprise. She's like, I wasn't at Mania. I want something done. They did that. The mystery opponent was Jade Cargill. There's a squash match, and as I've said before, I hate squash matches with a passion. She is a former tag team champ. Chelsea Green is more talented than you might think. But you don't always really get to see that side of her because she's supposed to play the, oh my God, what just happened? So her beating Jade wouldn't be believable, but you would be surprised, like I said, what she technically is capable of. And that can happen. That's just the way the booking is. She's getting paid well. She's in WWE. She's having fun, helping maybe put people over. I just wish she wasn't so under. Anyways, I'll leave that one alone. Drew then came out. He fist bumped a fan. He did. And he went on a rant, like kind of what I'm doing. And it was just really cool because he thanked Seth Rollins and said, you know what, you were a real man of your word. And then he said that Damian Priest is just basically a BDSM bondage version of The Undertaker, which was funny. And then Drew said, I was champ for 5 minutes, 46 seconds, and people started laughing. He was like, yeah, you think that's funny? I still lasted longer than most of you do in bed. And that was funny. Drew is like dynamite on the microphone. He's just so good, and in the ring too. Just great. Then we had the Fatal 4-Way. And this was just absolutely like, oh my God, this is going to add so much. So this was a shocker, but at the same time, not a shocker. So the Fatal 4-Way is to determine who's going to be the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship that now Damian Priest has. So we had Jay, Ricochet, Bronson, and Drew. I'm thinking, no offense, it's definitely Drew McIntyre. A second would be Jey Uso. Not saying he doesn't deserve it again. Just okay. But CM Punk came out, held his leg, prevented him from doing the Claymore. And oh my God. Wow. Just blown away. And then Jay won. I'm okay with that, but I'm just saying that is really going to add to the fuel. It's really going to add to the fire, sir. It's going to add more fuel to that fire. I'm really tired. Like, that's really building up a story now. And I just can't wait to see how everything unfolds. I can't wait to watch SmackDown. Oh, 12 minutes. Good. Let's try to keep these around 12 to 14 minutes instead of 20, unless I just have that much to say. So, again, I enjoyed myself. I can critique a few areas like I've mentioned before. Don't want to do that. I could also keep talking, which I really don't want to do. So that's it. Let me know down below what you thought of Rock's segment, the whole thing, CM Punk screwing Drew again. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. A thumbs down if you didn't like it. And I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass. A solo Sakoan spike. And if you want to subscribe, exactly. And if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.